Oh, that's our sexy generic 30-second lead up live to TV talk. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Josh Macuga, alongside the one and only Buffalo Bills biggest fan, the fan this weekend that didn't end up naked in a sinkhole outside the stadium, testing positive of cocaine, marijuana, and LSD. Did you see that story, David? Did I send that to you?
You did. I heard about that story. All is right with the world, Josh. The Bills have won. No one's on LSD, tripping out. We're all good. The Steelers won last night. All is right with the world. Steelers and Bills are both 1-1 right now, so I can breathe a sigh of relief.
I think. Listen, the Steelers won by the skin of their teeth. We're not one of those teams that are going to blow people out ever. So that is what it is. But your Bills look solid. People were overreacting that Josh Allen. He's a liability. It's one game. Josh Allen has proven. The last 3 years, has Kenny Pickett proven anything yet, David? No. See what he's proven? The greatest. He is the greatest single preseason quarterback in NFL history.
He had an incredible preseason. You guys blew out the Bills.
Unbelievable.
Just incredible preseason.
Thanks, man. I it's there's things that we hang our hat on, and there's things that we shouldn't hang our hat on, and hell, fuck, it's the preseason weekend. Good to see everybody in chat. MKS Songbird, Michael Kautzer, Jeremy Miller. Good to see everybody. The hunt for Gullum. The hunt for Gullum. Welcome. Good to see everybody. You guys can support the show. Throw in some super chats here on YouTube. You can also Streamlabs. The Streamlabs link is pinned there in the chat. Streamlabs.com/goodpeoplegpa. This strike just keeps on going, and because of the strike, I don't know. I'm finding new shows. I'm finding some shows that I didn't even know existed, David. I had no idea.
Just you can watch some new shows. You can go back and watch some old shows. Like I need to do Daisy Jones and the Six. That is still on my watch list.
Yes.
It's been a little bit consumed by, like I was talking to you earlier. I'm into The Walking Dead. I'm back. The Walking Dead pulled me back in. I'm watching some Daryl Dixon in Paris. I'm enjoying it. I have to say I'm kind of hooked. I watched the second episode. I'm like, this is kind of a good show. It's pretty good.
So is it on Plus or is it both? Is it on AMC?
I think it's both. I don't think it's exclusively on Plus. You can watch it if you have, regular cable package or YouTube TV. You can watch it on AMC, but it is on AMC Plus as well. It's pretty good.
So I need to watch that then, because I've watched
only
every
2
other
episodes, John. Just two to catch up on.
That's fine. I mean, I watched every other Walking Dead thing. I'm not watching the Maggie Negan thing. I hated their relationship. I was not a Maggie fan going forward. I don't know. I didn't even know.
I gave up so long ago. I didn't even know they had a relationship. They said they're making a Maggie Negan show. I'm like, why are they doing that? But I guess
they were like mortal enemies turned partners.
Okay.
It's stupid. Right. Okay. Dude, by the end of that show, it was sort of like, it's hard to explain the end of The Walking Dead other than like, it just kept going. And they kept finding like new people that were bad. I had no idea where in the world. I just think you needed a map. I know that there was supposed to be like Alexandria, Virginia. I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, I think this show, The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, it breathes some new life into the series. Okay. Like I told you last week, Josh, we're out of the confines of hot Atlanta, Georgia. There's no more Atlanta. We're in Europe. It looks European. There's a whole, I won't spoil anything, but there's a whole opening sequence in episode 2 that takes place in Paris. And you can actually tell they filmed in Paris. So it's kind of cool to see the world of The Walking Dead somewhere besides Atlanta, which is nice. So
how do you know they're filming in Paris? Do you think they're just like trashing a nice street in Paris or something?
No, not so. I'll say it's a flashback sequence to before the fall, before the outbreak. Is what I'll say. So Paris is in its normal, modern day, pristine look right now. But you can just tell when they're walking in the countryside, it just looks different. Atlanta, I mean, I've been to Atlanta. It has a certain, you've been there, Josh. Amanda's been there. Lived there. Atlanta has a certain look to it, that part of the South, but it doesn't look like Europe.
France.
So, France. Yeah.
We're getting a lot of chat in here about the show Heels. Have not watched Heels.
I know.
I tried to, that first one.
No, I don't have stars.
It stars. Yeah. I need first. Okay, here's the top of my list thus far of shows that I need to watch. I want to watch. I have to get to. Number 1 is Dark Winds. Is that what it's called?
Yes, watch Dark Winds. Yes.
Okay. I'm going. That's next. 100% next. I need to finish Winning Time, season 2 of Winning Time, which
canceled, Josh. Canceled.
It's out.
It's canceled. I forgot to tell you that. You were asking about news. I forgot. It's announced. It is canceled. It's done. Whoa. There's no more Winning Time. Yeah.
Well, they should have never done a second season, in my opinion. Just end it after the first season. We know what happens with the Lakers. We know. I wanted to see like that original thing, because once they go into like the Showtime and like we know that it's the Celtics, it's the Lakers, it's Magic, it's AIDS, it's over. Right? Yeah. Like I don't care about their personal life. I want to know the starting of the Lakers dynasty. I got that. I didn't need another season of this. I really didn't. So it is what it is. Then I will finish this just so I see it. And that'll be that. So Dark Winds, I'll finish Winning Time, and then I'll watch this Daryl Dixon show for you. And then there was I need to finish Telemarketers. I started BS High. I wanted, and I've enjoyed what I've seen from BS High so far. I think, and you know what I want to finish is Old Man, the Old Man. I want to finish that.
Yes, thank you, Josh. Thank you, the Old Man, because you watch Under the Banner of Heaven.
Yes.
These are all the FX Hulu shows. So the Old Man, which also was renewed for a second season. Yeah, then you're going to be good. Yes. You'll be all caught up. Oh, Josh, we got a couple super chats here.
We got The Hunt for Gollum. David, I watched Dark Winds based off your recommendation and enjoyed it. Still confused why the killings happened at the beginning. Well, don't spoil anything, Hunt for Gollum.
No, I won't go into detail, but Hunt, I want to say I'm with you on that. The cool thing is, Josh, you can watch season 1 of Dark Winds right now on Max because of that whole HBO Warner Brothers partnership with AMC that's going on right now. Season 2, however, you have to have AMC Plus to watch season 2, which is airing right now. But with Gollum saying, I do agree, but there's more detail if he gets going into season 2. See more of that, but it is a little confusing in the beginning. But the story's great. The characters are excellent. Josh, I know you like mysteries, that kind of thing going on. I think you really enjoy it. It's
not a whodunit, though, right? It's not a whodunit.
No, I wouldn't call it. Not really. No.
Okay. What would you compare it to, like The Killing on AMC?
Like but like with a little supernatural twist. I don't mean like supernatural like Harry Potter, like got crazy magic. But because you're dealing with the Native American culture and some of their it's a little bit more mystic. It's got it's got maybe like True Detective season 1 almost.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit of mysticism there. Like, is there magic? Is it just crazy people? Like, what's going on? Like, it's got some of that. Yeah.
Wiley OFC with a great super chat. Thank you both for your super chats. Help support the show. Sex Education final season hype this week. Oh, does it? So it comes this week. All right, great. I will finish that final season of Sex Education. I watched. This finally finished Vampire Diaries. Some of my best friends, people that were in my wedding, were in that show, and I've never watched an episode. But I hear great things, and it's making a huge comeback on Netflix. Like it's one of the most watched shows on Netflix. Like Suits, David's new favorite show, Suits. Nothing like
I need to watch it. I haven't gotten into Suits yet. I need to get in there. Yeah, Suits.
Started the last season of Lasso. It's a great last season, and hype for the new Boys College spinoff. I think you know what? I kind of got off Boys. I don't know. I think I need to get back into it. I don't know. Like I just got so soured by that show. I just didn't like it anymore. You know when that happens? Like I just didn't like it.
That was me in The Walking Dead. But I think with Gen V, I don't want to say too much about it, but it's really good. And like I was saying with The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, it gets you a different taste of that world.
Okay,
you know. So if you were maybe less interested in the adult boys, you can see what the college kids are going, what they're up to. So I would definitely. I think it's worth checking out.
Great. Daniel Sabuya with a chat. With respect, Josh, Winning Time was amazing. Great acting from everyone involved. I never said that there wasn't bad acting. I'm saying I don't care about that story. I never said anything about the acting. I loved the first season. The first season was almost perfect TV. The cast was incredible. The story was awesome. I knew none of that. I wanted that going into it. Once that ended, I know what happens with the Lakers. Bus becomes a millionaire, a billionaire, whatever you want to call it. Magic Johnson in the 80s Lakers run Showtime. It's great. they go up against the Celtics. I know all of those games. I watched all those highlights. I know what happens. I got what I wanted out of that series. And it takes nothing away from how good the acting was or all that kind of stuff. I just don't care about the story. It goes to, David, when they were talking about heels in here, that show with Arrow, okay?
Yeah.
I don't care about the actual wrestling of things. However, I love the backstory and documentary about wrestling because it is such a messed up culture of people. And all of those people that are in wrestling, all the drugs and all the craziness that went on. I sobbed at the end of the Andre the Giant documentary. I was telling you before we went live that I watched a 13-part Kurt Angle documentary on TikTok. It was like every part of it was 3 minutes. I watched the whole thing on TikTok. It was amazing. That doesn't make me want to watch. I don't care about like the theatrics of wrestling. I don't care about the fake storylines. But I do care about the real people behind it. That's what I do like.
Yeah. I love that Andre the Giant doc.
Oh, so good, right?
So good. Yeah.
Speaking of docs, have you started Telemarketers or BS High?
I have not. No.
Okay.
I have not. Should I check them out? Seems like you like them. At least Telemarketers you really like. I don't know about BS High.
So I'm only about 25 minutes into BS High, and it is just a documentary movie. It's not a series. Right, it's an hour and a half.
So one and done. One and done.
It's one and done.
Okay.
It's very interesting how this guy was able to apparently like create something out of literally nothing. I mean, he fooled. I don't know. And I'm not far enough along to know, but I've gotten texts from friends like, dude, you need to watch BS High. It's crazy.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Troy sounds like that doc should have been
on Quibi.
I'm basically taking TikTok and doing Quibi on TikTok.
Quibi.
Reefism. There's going to be a season 4 of True Detective. Yeah. Eventually, I think when the strikes end and things of that nature. I was listening to an interview with Jerry Ferrara today about, he was working on the show and it's like pencils down, tests. We're done until the strike is over. So
yeah. Talking about True Detective season 4 got pushed. I think we were talking about that, but it was supposed to come out this fall. Supposed to get Jodie Foster doing True Detective, but because of the strikes, now it's 2024.
I'll be honest, I don't know if like Jodie Foster pushed a needle for me.
I recently, Josh, I rewatched Silence of the Lambs, and she's so good in that. I know that's a long time ago. It's been a while since we've seen that, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen Jodie in a long time, so I want to see her in something. I don't know. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if we're going for what Jodie Foster is great at, it's a creepy cop, right? And probably a creepy situation. It's not like True Detective is following like a BMX heist at a local high school, right? It's more likely going to be a sex crime, and it's going to be, so I would say that I don't think Jodie Foster can like mess it up. But then again, when we were talking True Detective season 2, we're like, we're going to get Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell. How sick is this going to be? And that was trash. Rough. And then what was season 3 of True Detective? I totally forget.
That was Mahershala and Stephen Dorff.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
That was actually a good season. I mean, it wasn't as on fire as season 1, but it was a nice rebound from season 2.
Yes.
It's definitely a rebound. Yeah.
But so back to sex education.
Sorry.
So Barbie came out this week streaming, right? And I had never seen it. I didn't go to the theaters to see Barbie, the Barbie movie. First of all, loved it. That movie is awesome. Okay. Margot Robbie's great. All of the other Barbies, fantastic. Ryan Gosling crushes. All of the other Kens crush. Michael Cera as Alan, fucking hysterical. Like it was so good. But if you notice, Margot Robbie basically hired a majority of the cast from Sex Education. The girl that looks like her, Emma McKee, the best friend of I don't know what the main kid's name is. It's something. What's the main kid's name? It's Gillian Anderson's son. He's got some kind of doofy name. It's like Otis.
Oh no,
his name's Otis in the show.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
his best friend who plays like his gay best friend. He's a Ken in it. The kid who is his gay lover. that is the son of the principal. He plays one of the
Yes.
Mattel workers. So there's like a ton of sex education people in that movie, which got me excited for the final season of Sex Education, because Sex Education is one of those binge shows where I binge it so fast and then I forget about it. I don't know where. Like, I need that, that 10-minute Netflix YouTube recap.
Yes.
Which is one of the hard parts about binging shows, David, is you just forget them. You just forget.
That's why I don't sound like a old man, but I do like the week to week. I think the more shows I see week to week, I think, again, I really like their format. I like how Prime Video drops like 2 or 3 episodes to start, and then they go week to week.
Got it.
I like that. So you got a couple to like check out, but you don't feel like, oh, I got to get through this as fast as I can. Because the binge, it's nice, but like when Stranger Things come out, it's a little stressful because you feel stressed. Like, oh, I got to finish it because I don't want to get spoiled. I guess it depends on the show. If it's a really popular show, you feel like you have to finish so you don't want to get spoiled. But I kind of like the week to week because it gives some time to marinate and think about it.
What do you think about a show that would maybe release like on a Monday and then on a Friday? Yeah. So we got 2 episodes per week, and it was like a 12 episodes. So we would have 6 weeks of 2 fresh episodes. I kind of like that.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I can do that.
I feel like Netflix and the binge model is, I don't want to say dying, but I would like it to die a little bit. Because I get you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It depends on the show. Because so who else does that? Hulu it depends on the show. So with The Bear, all at once, but not with all their shows. Hulu doesn't do that with everything, but The Bear. So I feel like if it's like a half-hour comedy, drop the whole thing. I think that's fine. So you can just fly through those. But if it's like a hour-long drama, I kind of want some space. I want some time.
I mean, can you imagine had back in the day, like The Soprano, dropped it all at once? I don't think that show gets the same as The Wire. Maybe a show like you said, maybe a show like Entourage would have benefited from a binge on HBO.
Yeah, Entourage would work.
Right? Mm-hmm. We got a Streamlabs here from the Hudsonizer. Hudsonizer, thank you so much for your Streamlabs. You guys see it pinned in the tweet there, or in the chat there. You can help support the show with the Streamlab, David. Okay, Hudsonizer asks, this is a pretty good question. I like this. Which prestige show should I watch next? Banshee, Our Flag Means Death, which I've never heard of. Should I have heard of that?
Ooh, yes, you should have.
What's that?
It's a pirate comedy series with Taika Waititi.
What? On HBO? On
Max. Yeah, you haven't heard of that?
No.
Oh, gosh, you got to watch that. Well, maybe even don't forget The Old Man. Watch Our Flag Means Death before everything else you're watching, even before Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead. Watch Our Flag Means Death season 1. Watch that first.
Wait, when did this come out?
You heard that one? Last year, I think, or has it been 2 years? Maybe it's been 2 years.
I blame everybody here. You, the chat.
No, I'm sorry. I should have said something.
Holy cow! Season 2 of Flag Means Death comes back on October 5th. Well, I gotta freaking watch it now.
Yeah.
Okay. So he says, Our Flag Means Death, Severance, Mad Men, or Under the Banner of Heaven. Well, I would say let's rank them in terms of where I would.
Can you give me that list again, Josh? That's a tough one.
Okay.
Let me see.
Sorry, because I
no, yeah.
Our Banshee,
which
we both love.
Great show.
Our Flag Means Death, Severance, Mad Men, or Under the Banner of Heaven. Okay, for me, and I'm going to go in order. I haven't seen 2 of these shows, and I will never watch one of them. So I'm going to say Banshee, Mad Men, Under the Banner of Heaven, Our Flag Means Death, and then way down the line, Severance.
Ooh.
You? What do you think?
I enjoy all those shows, so I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I would say because Mad Men's the oldest. I think it's older than Banshee.
No,
yeah,
Banshee's
older.
Yeah.
I would do Banshee.
Maybe same time.
About the same. Yeah, about the same time. I would say, man, they're so different. The shows are so different. Banshee's pulpy. It's action-packed, whereas Mad Men's is slow burn. Yeah. I would do Mad Men because that's like one of the best written shows of all time. Yeah. You got to start with Mad Men.
Okay.
But then I would, after Mad Men, to get some light humor, I would go Our Flag Means Death.
Okay.
Because that'll crack you up, and it's a nice heartwarming story, and all the feels.
Then
Under the Banner of Heaven. Let's go depressing again. Let's go sad again. Okay. Under the Banner of Heaven. What else was on the list?
Severance and Banshee.
Oh, Severance.
And Banshee would be last. Banshee was last.
I love Banshee, but they're all good. I think they're all good shows. Not because one's better than the other. I would just do Banshee last. Banshee's like the dessert. I think Banshee is dessert. I would say the dessert for last.
I'll give you a dessert. Banshee dessert. How dare you? That is a main course of boobs and butts and punches and guns and drugs and knives and karate kicks and heists and prison brawls.
It is excellent.
Severance is trash. I don't know. I
love Severance.
I couldn't get through the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Reefism says, anybody watch Strike Back? I watched the first 2 seasons. I should get back and watch that again. That show's great.
I think I finished it. Yeah.
MK Songbird. If one more person recommends Warrior to me, I'm going to lose my mind. I know. I cannot watch super martial art shows. I just can't do it. Can I
make one claim though?
Go ahead.
MK Songbird, this will be the last time I'll do a Warrior push, and then I promise you'll never hear me talk about it again. I like it because it has elements. Yes, there's crazy martial arts, which I love, but there's also just really good like gang activity. So if you like Goodfellas, Godfather, this is the different version of that. It's not the God. I'm not saying it's the God. I'm just saying it has those like crime elements, the underworld, but from a different perspective. So if you like those,
in like the 1800s,
it's turn of the century. Okay. Yeah, in San Francisco. Okay. And there's all these gangs, and there's the Irish gangs, and there's it's not just martial arts.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do, David. It's on Max, right? It's on Max.
It's also on Max. Yes.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do this for next week.
Yes.
Next week's show, I will watch the first episode of Warrior.
Okay.
And I will watch Flags of Our Fathers Mean Death.
Yes. Okay. Flags of Our Fathers Mean Death.
Okay. And if I swear to God, Warrior doesn't grab me in the pilot, I'm out.
You'll like
I'm
it.
Out.
I think you'll dig it.
Okay.
Because Josh, there's a lot like Banshee. It's from the same producers of Banshee.
Well,
so there's action and boobs, which I think you'll.
There's boobs in it too.
It was a Skinamax show. It was a Skinamax show for 2 seasons, and then it moved over. Guys, now it's on HBO.
Let me tell you how to work the chat, how to get me to watch shows and talk about it on this show with David. Let me tell you that. Okay, you start with, okay, hey, check out Warrior. It's awesome. Okay, then you get it to me. Hey, has anybody checked out Warrior? All right, stop it. Stop yelling Warrior at me. Tell me there is a lot of boobs in it. Then I will be like, I'll check it out. I'm a simple man. You can say what you want, okay? I know it's 2023 and like, there's action and boobs. It's like a 1980s action movie. Sign me up. And now it's gang activity. Okay, great. Just don't push me like you got to watch Warrior and not tell me anything else about it.
Josh, okay? Troy has the perfect comment here. He's like, so it's West Coast Kung Fu Peaky Blinders? Yes. It is Peaky Blinders in San Francisco with martial arts.
Troy, yes. Comment.
Troy, that's
well
Warrior.
Done, sir.
That is Warrior.
Well done, sir.
Perfect, Troy. Thank you.
It's got Job from Banshee in Warrior.
I forgot. I should have told you that. Sorry, Job is in it too.
Yeah, Job's the best. Well.
Yep.
Good Lord. Yep. Is it over? Is there like a new season coming or something, or is it over?
I don't know if it was renewed for season 4, but season 3 is done. I'm pretty sure season 3 is over. I don't know if it was renewed though for season 4.
So 3 seasons of Warrior. I can get through that. It's got to be more entertaining than Mayans, for Christ's sake. And I sat.
It's better than Mayans. I've seen in like the first couple seasons of Mayans. It's better than Mayans for sure.
MKS Songbird. There's been no word of a renewal for season 4 as of now. Unfortunately. Okay. We'll see. All right. So Warrior. All right. I'm putting that on the list. So Warrior, Flags of Our Death Fathers.
Directed by Clint Eastwood.
Get off my flag, you. I swear. You know, Clint Eastwood built a golf course up here, David. It's called Tehama. Okay. And I've met a couple guys. The member is called the Clint.
Wow. Of course it is. He just turned 93 years old.
And he's still directing movies. My grandma's 94. She just hangs at an assisted living place chugging Chardonnay. She's not directing any feature films, I'll tell you that. She can't really hear. She doesn't really recognize me. I love my grandma, but I'm not asking her to direct any kind of movies. It's like when Joe Paterno was running a Division I offense at State at 85. Hey, Joe, get out.
I did enjoy The Mule, Clint Eastwood, The Mule. I did enjoy that. That was good. The Mule was pretty good. It was pretty good. I enjoyed The Mule.
I'm going to take these
I'm angry and old.
All right. David, I started watching and finished this show called Drops of God. Okay. I talked about it a little bit last week.
Yes.
I'm bringing it back up this week. Okay. Jeremy Miller, Nick Saban is coaching in his 70s. Yeah. That's still a long way from 85, Jeremy. And by the way, Alabama, this is the worst team they've had in a couple of years. Yeah. The older you get in coaching, the less in touch with a youth that doesn't want to get yelled at and coached like Nick Saban. You got to bring some youth in there. You got to bring some people. I get it. I'm not, regardless. Okay. Drops of God, David. You got to watch it. I'm telling you, the ending is awesome. It's one of the better mini-series, single seasons of shows I've ever seen.
Okay.
Every twist and turn was really good. Were there points where it was a little hokey? Sure. But it was great, man. It was great. Daniel Sevilla, amazing show. What makes it better is it's based on a manga. Okay. Yes, but I didn't need to watch the manga to know that.
No, Josh, you read the manga. You read the manga.
It's not anime?
No, it's a pick up the book, put down the remote kind of situation. You're gonna have to pick up the book to read the manga. Yeah, you gotta.
I'm not gonna read the manga, but you gotta read it. It's manga or not. This is sick. This was awesome. I love this show. I think you'll love it. I get hangovers really bad from red wine, but this show made me just want to chug red wine. Like I'm telling you, the next time I had red, I'm just sticking my nose in it, looking at it. I think this is a 1994 Chateau Le Paf. And they spit it out.
They do. You gotta spit it.
The wine tasting, like you've been wine tasting, it's just a really classy excuse to get hammered, drunk.
Basically, awesome. Yeah. I don't spit it out though. I usually I take it all in. Yeah.
Listen, I'm paying a lot of money.
You get on the bus, you get an Uber, you're safe about it, but you just take it all in. You're paying. Those wine tastings aren't cheap. It's expensive.
They are not.
For a little thing of wine, for like that much wine. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of money. I love a good crisp rosé and a nice, like, summery afternoon, sitting under the shade of a tree to get some cheese, get some select meats. Ooh, nothing quite like a good wine
charcuterie tasting. Board, or like that Jets player called it charcuterie. Charcuterie board.
I'm classy. I like charcuterie.
I like charcuterie.
Recognize the main Japanese actor from Alice in Borderland on Netflix. Have you watched this, David? Alice in Borderland?
Alice in Borderland. No. Don't know what that is.
What MKS Songbird, what is Alice in Borderland, and is it good? Pitch us. Alice.
I will wait to see what MK Songbird says. Yeah, I've not.
Let's be honest. What this show is you pitching us shows to watch that we haven't watched. Okay. And us telling you either yes or no. This is a pitch room, David.
Convince us to watch it. Well, I need to watch Drops of God and then Daisy Jones and the Six, at least the first episodes of both before next week. Yes. That's my homework.
Okay.
I will watch
those. Okay.
I will do that.
Not Rick Samoris. It's a Japanese show. Alice in Borderland. Oh,
okay.
So subtitles.
You have to, yes, you have to read a little bit of reading involved. That's okay.
Well, Drops of God you get French subtitles and you get Japanese subtitles. So make sure that you get your subtitles right when you're watching it, because it's in English, French, and Japanese. And there's an episode with a lot of Italian as well. So four.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a worldly show. It's a show of the world. You get to see all kinds. Okay, that's good. That's
Very,
good.
very worldly. And it also makes you want to go to France and to Italy and just drink wine. It really does. And Tokyo. Tokyo, apparently a big wine city. Who knew?
Yeah, I'm a whiskey guy. In Tokyo, Japan's got some really good whiskey too. I'd love to go there and try some of their whiskey. I mean, you can try it here, but I'd love to go there. I've never been to Japan.
Something about Japanese whiskey, it kind of tastes too much like Scotch to me. I'm not like a big.
It is more, more than like bourbon out here. Yeah.
Yeah. MKS Songbird. It's a touch of Squid Game with a bit more of a sci-fi backdrop. This is Alice in Borderland. Huh.
Yeah. Josh, you like Squid Game? You enjoyed that?
I did enjoy Squid Game. I thought it was weird and entertaining and creative, terrifying, all of it in one. We're gonna rank our most like rewatchable shows here at the end of the episode. Yes. Squid Game is a show that I would never watch again. It's sort of like pledging a fraternity. It's the best time of your life you never want to do again, ever.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't regret joining it, but I wouldn't like if it was like offered to me today. Would you like to rejoin and go through the like? No, I don't need that.
Yeah,
don't need that in my life. No.
Nope, not at all.
Nope. Oh, I didn't really. I forgot to say I enjoyed. This is a show that my wife and I watched together. I enjoyed the new season of The Morning Show on Apple TV Plus is out. Okay. John Hamm is very good. I think I talked a little about it last week. John Hamm is playing kind of basically Elon Musk. He has this space organization called Hyperion, and they're sending, shuttles up in space with people. People can pay and, take a little ride in space and float around. And he's threatening to buy the company. He wants to buy UBN, So he's not the villain, but he's fun to watch. I love John Hamm. Speaking of, we're talking about Mad Men earlier. He's one of my favorite actors. So it's great to see John Hamm acting alongside Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, and he's a lot of fun. It's fun so far.
Okay. I need to go back and watch the second season. I watched the first season. I enjoyed it. It's one of those shows. I need to really, really care about it if it's in 10 episode hour-long drama to keep watching, right? It really needs to grab me. And so morning show just didn't. I liked how it ended. It's fine, like the first season, but I knew kind of where it was going. I wasn't so excited for season 2 that I was like, I gotta keep watching drama about good-looking people fighting for anchor positions. It's
a tough life. It's not easy being an anchor.
It's not. Okay, so we're getting some pitches in here. Okay,
here we got a super chat too from J Scott for real.
J Scott for real. I see how you did the reel there. He's a movie guy. Hopes and expectations for Fargo season 5. I liked season 4, but felt like the impact COVID had on production was noticeable. Hoping the strike doesn't affect this season in a similar way. Well, I think they wrapped and shot it well before we went on strike, right?
Yeah, Jay Scott, it's wrapped. It's coming out. I want to say no, it's fall. I think because I did my most anticipated list. They didn't have an exact release, but it's fall, so I don't think it'll be affected at all.
No,
be good. I'm very excited.
I don't know if I noticed the COVID impact of season 4. I did enjoy the season though, the Chris Rock season. Very weird and interesting.
It was probably my least favorite of the show so far, but it was still. I mean, Chris Rock and Jason Schwartzman were both excellent, and it's just. I think compared to the first 3, the first season, actually season 2 might be my favorite. I need to go back and watch it. It's been season 1 came out. It's been a long time.
I know, right? Okay, so Fargo season 1 was the Jesse Plemons one, right?
Yeah, it was 2014.
Holy cow!
It's been 10 years.
Were we doing TV Talk at Collider when the first season came
out? We did 2015. 2015, Josh, is when we started doing the after show. So TV Talk wasn't even a thing yet.
Okay.
So we weren't even doing it. So it's been a long time.
Wow. Oh yeah, season 1 was Martin Freeman, Billy Bob. Okay.
Yep.
And then season 2 must have been Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst, right? That's season 2. Right, with Gene Smart and that.
Yes, and that I think that was my favorite season 2. Yeah. I like.
And season 3 was the creepy David Thewlis with the really bad teeth because he had Oh God, that was disgusting.
He was creepy.
And then they tied season 3 into season 4 with the son of Chris Rock becoming the gangster.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sorry, someone was asking about Fargo. Oh, sorry. For real. It's November 21st is season 5, the premiere. November 21st.
So basically like a Thanksgiving. We're lucky for there. Okay.
And we have John Hamm. Again, talk about John Hamm. John Hamm's going to be in season 5. It's got to be good. Love John Hamm.
John Hamm's in everything now. Just keep giving Hamm roles.
He really is.
Yeah. VM Varga. Oh, those teeth. Yeah, MKS Songbird. Those teeth. There's that. I think about that. That horrifies me. David, are you a For All Mankind guy? Because I have some.
I am a For All Mankind guy.
I hear it's
one
great.
of my favorites. It is. So right now, season 4, season 3. Josh, you don't know. It's alternate history. So basically, the premise is it starts off. What if Russia landed on the moon before we did? And then that just kicks off everything. So throughout it goes like decade to decade to decade.
Oh.
I think season 4 is going to be in the 2000s, which I'm really excited to see. And because we were behind on the space race, because the Russians beat us, there's like this drive like never before to be more advanced. So the technology in this show is actually better earlier on. So in the 90s, they have technology that we didn't even have until like the 2000s. So they're actually more advanced in this show. So I'm excited to see what the 2000s are going to look like. And they're trying to like populate Mars right now. It's a really cool show. It's really well done. I don't know who's gonna. I haven't even checked out the casting because they get older, so people die, characters die off. So yeah, it's really good.
Let's talk about the show that we both just like. We watched the first 2 episodes over the last 24 hours. Let's talk about The Gold. Okay.
Yes, The Gold.
All right. So. And I guess we can talk a little Ahsoka before we talk about our rewatchability. But okay, so The Gold. I'm guessing The Gold came out in England a while ago.
It did. It came out. I want to say back in February. Yeah. It's already aired. So people that are over the pond, you're going to be like, wait, we already watched that. But it just came to Paramount Plus in the States. Just premiered.
Okay. Well, I'm 2 episodes in and sign me up for this one, man. This show is good.
Love it.
It makes you. I mean, I love heist movies and shows.
Yes.
I love British. I like period pieces. It's got all these things, and it's dealing with a subject that I've never seen anywhere, and that is how you steal gold and then fence the gold, and how hard it would be to steal and then actually make any money off 26 million pounds worth of gold.
Yeah, it's not something you can easily hide or just like go and just sell somebody a bar of gold. It's super complex. And Josh, I'm going to say real quick, one of the things I love about the show, which I wasn't expecting, is that there's really this big class struggle thing going on. There's a lot of talk about people and folks from the UK and the London area. You'll know way more about this than I do. But there's this whole thing. There's a bunch of characters that are from the south side of London. They keep saying we're south of the river. Like we're on the other side of the tracks, basically.
Right.
And this whole thing about old money and new money, and the people with the gold are the new money, and they're going to show the old money people like we're worth something, we're going to take over. So like you're kind of rooting for the crooks.
Totally.
You want them to succeed because you want the old stuffy money to like, screw them and let these guys like get all there's a lot going on in this show. I'm learning a lot about London, that things I didn't know before. So I love that aspect of it too.
When it comes to like stealing stuff, I always root for the criminal.
As long as you're not like hurting people, like as long as you're not hurting it. But if you're stealing from some guy who has 11 gold bars, I'm like, that's fine. That's okay.
Once it gets into like killing and murder and like sex trade and the cartel, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Those are really bad people. When it comes to like stealing stuff, I love a good heist thing.
Same.
Right? Because it's just like stealing from the rich.
Like Ocean's 11, all those kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like what's his name brought up the bank job. Michael Kautzer brought up the bank job. I loved the bank job with Jason Statham. It's an awesome movie. And like all of Guy Ritchie's heist movies are hysterical.
Mm-hmm. Snatch. It has like a lot of snatch vibes to it for sure.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Hilarious. Right? I love any of those, like the heist movies. Sign me up. So for the gold and the gold cast, holy moly. Dominic Cooper, Hugh Bonneville from Downtown Abbey, the new guy on the market from what's his name, Jack Jack
Jack Loudon from Slow Horses. You have Tom
Horses.
Cullen from, what was that show? The Knights. It's about the Knights Templar series. I forgot.
We have a picture. We were at the premiere together.
We took it. We had a drink with him. We talked to him we talked to Tom Cullen for a while for a little name drop in there. Nice guy, very nice guy.
Anybody that watched that show, David and I watched it.
Night something. It had what's his name was in it in season 2? Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill was in season 2.
There was a season 2 of that show?
It did. It did season 2 and then it was canceled.
Man, I did not see season 2. I just
Night something. It was on History Channel. I can't think of it. But yeah.
Not Rick Zamora says people from South London.
Nightfall.
Nightfall. Thank you, MK Songbird. Crazy enough, we did that, and then a year later, I had a show on History Channel, and then 2 months later,
I watched that. I watched it. Yeah.
Not Rick Morris. People from South London are stereotypically thugs and degenerates. Well, so that's where I should live. I'm not a thug, but I do like the idea of being a degenerate. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to live in South London. Maybe I should live in South. I don't know. Now I'm torn, David.
I like the South London because they have an edge. Like and I won't go into too many spoilers. People haven't seen it, but Dominic Cooper, who I feel like I haven't seen him in a long time, but I look at his IMDb, I'm like, oh, he's working. I just haven't. Preacher feels like forever ago. So I just haven't seen him in a long time. But there's a cool scene. He plays a lawyer. He's always in a really nice 3-piece suit, looking great. And one of the guys from South London, a solicitor. One of the guys from South London is trying to kind of get under his skin and kind of scare him a little bit. And Cooper looks at him. He's like, I'm one of those guys from South London. Like, I know the streets. Like, I come from there. Like, I speak your language, kind of thing. So that whole like inner London, South London versus North London thing it's really cool.
Yeah, sign me up. I love that dynamic. It's super fun. Yeah.
And of course, all the high stuff is awesome. Like, I love getting the team together. Like, we need like a front man, the money man, like the guy who can pick the safe. They don't pick any safes, but all those guys.
I like the guy that is in jail that was like the leader of the original heist. I don't want to give away anything.
Yeah.
And his angle for keeping quiet. It's really good. It's funny.
Good. Yeah.
Really good.
I just need 2 things. Just two things.
Yeah.
2 things. Yeah.
Okay, so then let's talk a little bit of Ahsoka. Okay.
Yes.
So here's what I want, David. I'm gonna tell you what I want.
Oh boy.
Okay. This episode gave us a tease into what a live action Clone Wars show could look like. Okay. And in the movie, what's the movie, the prequel? Is it Clone Wars?
Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
Okay. Episode 2. Yeah.
Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Kate Van D. But it showed what the Clone Wars could look like, because they reference I fought alongside him in the Clone Wars, and I fought.
Yes.
Okay, I know that there was an animated movie called The Clone Wars, and I know there was an animated series called The Clone Wars.
Yes.
I don't want that. I want a live action movie or show or series of movies or series of shows about what was happening in the Clone Wars and what it was. Because guess what? I don't fucking know. So for you to show me Anakin Skywalker turning Sith, fighting alongside people as they're shooting at him and he's using his lightsaber and there's little Ahsoka doing it, that is cool. And I want to see more of that. But we don't have that. And instead, I'm stuck on some woods planet chasing a goddamn map with floating fucking interstellar fish that can time warp.
Yeah, this episode was very good. I think this was the strongest episode so far, but Josh, it's not holding your hand. It doesn't explain everything. So those giant space whales that you see at the end of Rebels, that's what they're looking for Ezra. Ezra is his force ability. He can communicate with animals.
Okay.
And he uses those whales to transport himself and Grand Admiral Thrawn, the blue guy they keep mentioning, to another galaxy. Now, in the animated series, you don't know where Ezra goes. He's gone. And those space whales, they can travel through hyperspace. They take him there. But you're right. The show, if you have not watched Clone Wars or Rebels, it's hard because they throw so much at you. It's like, oh, look, here's little Ahsoka. She's cute. and she's super cute. And I love little Ahsoka. But if you haven't seen Clone Wars or Rebels, you don't really like, or especially Clone Wars, you're like, should I care about little Ahsoka? Why do I care about little Ahsoka? Like I care because I like those shows, but I don't know. I'm really torn on this show. Like I like so many parts of it, but there's some parts I'm like, I don't know. It's like they just throw stuff at you. I'm not sure how Josh, like you who've never seen it, like how are you supposed to get the context for what's even going on?
Okay, Troy. We have that. It's a show called Clone Wars. No, we don't have that. We have an animated show.
It's a good show, Troy. It's a good show.
Which I'm sure it is for people that can tolerate animated programming that isn't The Simpsons or Family Guy. Guess what? That's not me. I want to see live action shit. And for me to be involved and invested in Ahsoka, besides the fact that it's what's her name? Rosario Dawson, who I love, who I've loved in every movie or show she's ever done. For me to be invested in her and that I needed something more. I needed to know about Ezra. I needed to know about Thrawn. I needed to know about the Clone Wars. And I want that as a show. And they should have done that first. And the fact that they're spending all of this money on all of these shows and not a show about the Clone Wars is stupid. It's stupid. I'm sorry. It's dumb. It's really dumb.
Yeah. I'd love to see the numbers on the show because I don't know. Again, this show is not cheap. This is presented like a big prestige television series.
Totally.
And to come in and be like, we're bringing this to fans of Clone Wars. Again, I'm one of those fans. Like somebody said, this is an old animated show. It's like, yeah, I'm one of those people. I love it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how many people, I don't know how many fans of Clone Wars and Rebels are. Maybe there's millions. Maybe tons of people are watching. I don't know. But we'll find out. We'll see if they keep doing this. But I'm glad we're getting to see Ahsoka, especially the adult side of her with Rosario. But the flashback to her as a little kid, it hit my heart. It hit me. Adorable. And someone said we should care about her because she's a child warrior. Agreed. Child warriors, not a good thing. I don't agree using children for war. Not good. I do care about her, but if you haven't seen it, yeah.
I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying, imagine if they started Breaking Bad and he was already a meth dealer. The show wouldn't work. Okay. There is not enough for me. And okay, I understand. There are two types of Star Wars fans. Okay. There are the diehards that have watched the animated series and consume all of that, even as adults. And then there are people like me and my brother and a lot of my friends that ask me, hey, can I watch that? Who would never touch an animated series, who would never waste the time. I'm not saying waste the time, who would never spend the time to watch an animated series as an adult about Star Wars. They just wouldn't do that. These are the guys that I watched all the Star Wars when I was a kid. I went to the Phantom Menace. I watched them in the theaters. I've watched all the movies, but I am not about to sit and watch an animated series about things that I wish they could show. And now they have the ability to show live action and they just have chose not to. And instead you want me to be invested in somebody and some people and some things that I don't know. In comparison to a show like Andor or The Mandalorian, where you're just being introduced to them and then you show us a little mini Yoda. Oh, okay. Now, and then it's his journey to get mini Yoda, baby Yoda to somebody. Andor, this is a totally different thing, and this is what this guy's life is, and this is to this because it's connected to a movie. Ahsoka has never been in a movie. So how am I, as a Star Wars fan, supposed to be invested in somebody in a main character? Hell, they fucked up the Boba Fett show, and a lot of people didn't like Obi-Wan, even though I liked Obi-Wan, because it tied to the movie. I'm a basic Star Wars fan. This does not appease to the basic Star Wars fan. And for us people that want to be more invested in Star Wars with these Disney Plus series, this one hasn't given us that. I don't know who Ezra Bridger is. I don't know who that is. I have never seen him. I've never seen Thrawn. All I know is that Rosario Dawson plays a woman who looks like a tiger. That's all I've got so far. I'm sorry for yelling.
No, it's okay, Jay. You're expressing your emotions. This is an open space here. You should feel free to express your emotions. We have some great people in the comments. People talking about Foundation's budget versus Ahsoka's budget. I am shocked that Foundation only cost $45 million. That show looks like it should cost more than Ahsoka. That show looks incredible. But no, Josh, I I completely hear you. I wish, as a Star Wars fan, I want to see more stories. And I know there's the books. You can read books, and there's tons of books out there to read. But just from the movies and TV series, I'd love it if we had more stories away from the Skywalker journey. Anything associated with Skywalker, like even though Ahsoka's not Skywalker, like Skywalker was her, it was her master. It was like, so I mean, she is associated with that. And we get like Mandalorian kind of gets into that, you get some of that, but I want to see more stories set because it's such a huge universe. We don't always have to focus on Luke's family and Luke interacting with people and Han and Leia. Like, I'd love to see other stories down the road. So I don't know what they're going to do with the movies moving forward, but I hope we get more stories that are separate from anything related to Skywalker. Even I know it's hard to do that.
I'm not asking for like a political thriller, right? I'm not asking for that. I'm also not asking for the same story again and again. Here's a map. We got to find a person. Here's an adventure. We got to find a person. I like the fact that Andor was like a heist movie. I liked that. Yeah. That was really cool, right?
Andor's like the gold, but in space.
Yes.
It's like the gold. We're talking about the gold, but in space. Yeah.
Yes, the gold. Yeah. The gold is.
I hear you, Josh. I hear you. I hear the rant. I hear you. I hear it. I hear both sides. I can hear both sides.
We only have 8 minutes left, David. I think we should say Rewatchable.
We're ranting, which is good though. It's good. It's a free flow conversation here.
It's a free flow.
Flow.
Jeremy Miller. I love Star Wars, but sometimes it feels like homework. They're talking about a $300 million budget. Yeah, I mean, let's think outside the box of what we could have done with Ahsoka. Like, why did it have to be a map? Why, I don't. I mean, they've brought in like one piece of friggin' political. The girl from Mandalorian. Is it she in Mandalorian? Andor. Who's the senator from Andor is awesome. I love that actress. She kind of looks like Gillian Anderson, but it's not her.
She plays Mon Mothma. Yeah, Mon Mothma is in the original trilogy, the first trilogy of movies.
She is
not the actress, but she's the woman who was like, many Bothans died to bring us this information. She's the one who talks about the Death Star plans, and you see her in the original series. Of course, a different actress, but yeah.
Genevieve O'Reilly is her name. God, what a great name. What a great name. I don't know, David. I wanted more because I love Star Wars. Just because I can't win a schmodown about Star Wars doesn't mean I don't like it. And I'm tired of that fandom being like, well, you're not as big a fan as me. Guess what? I still love to talk to people that are casual fans of the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Pittsburgh Pirates. I love to talk about casual fans of this and that. You don't have to be a diehard fan. I know I'm obsessed with golf. Doesn't mean I can't talk golf with people that aren't as big a fan as me. If I'm not as big a fan of Star Wars, that doesn't mean that my opinion doesn't matter. I want to see stuff that appeals to me. You can keep all your animated series. They make you happy. Do your things. But don't make a live action show for somebody like me and the casual Star Wars fan that hasn't been privy to that and force me to go watch an animated show. I'm telling you right now, if Amanda turned over in bed and she's like, what are you watching? I'm like, I'm watching an animated show about Star Wars. It's not going to fly. It's not going to work.
She would be mad at you. She would not be happy.
Yes. David, yes. Oh, man. Well, should we just rattle off some of our favorite rewatchable shows?
It's easy. I mean, it's easy.
A lot of them are just our favorite shows. Yes. What I did is I did what I did before. Shows that I love and will never watch again, and then shows that I love that I can watch anytime.
Oh. Okay. These were for me. I was thinking more shows I could watch anytime.
Anytime, which makes sense. Totally.
For me, The Wire isn't on that list. I love The Wire, but it's not a show that I would just be like, oh, I want to watch The Wire right now. I would just throw it on. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so shows I love and would never watch again. Better Call Saul, The Walking Dead after season 1. I can't go through that again. I can't go through it. No. Succession.
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm makes me so uncomfortable. I love that show, but I can't watch an episode again. I just can't do it. Lost, I'll never rewatch that. No. Deadwood, Watchmen.
Ooh, yeah, great show. Yeah.
The Leftovers. These are all amazing shows that I'll never watch again. The Night of can never watch again. The Americans, Atlanta, Mad Men. I love all of these shows, but I will never rewatch them. I can't sit through those shows again.
Mm-hmm.
I just, I can't do it. All right, David, tell me your favorite rewatchable shows.
Favorite rewatchables, it's like the basics. I got Seinfeld, of course. Can watch anytime. That's just like easy.
Yep.
Seinfeld, Simpsons.
I put Simpsons on my list too.
I'm a Star Trek. I like Star Trek. Star Trek: The Next Generation. If there's an episode on a Star Trek: Next Generation, I'll sit and look and see what's going on, see what episode it is. Like I grew up with that show, watching with my dad when I was a little kid. I have very fond memories of that. I love that. Like I said, a lot of animated comedies, Futurama, those kind of things. Early Family Guy. Early enjoyed like
early Family Guy. Awesome. Yes.
Yeah. Cobra Kai. Rewatch. Okay.
Love
Cobra
that.
Kai. It's like a newer one.
Trailer Park Boys all the time.
Okay.
Jeremy Miller, SpongeBob. Sure, I'll give you SpongeBob. I've never watched an episode of SpongeBob. I understand its cultural significance. It was after my time. It's after my time.
Okay.
Yeah. Jeopardy for me. I see Entourage.
That's a good one.
I think Entourage is a good show, but the rewatchability factor is through the roof. It's real. I mean, you can rewatch it because it's mindless TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entourage, you're saying, or Jeopardy?
Entourage. Jeopardy, I can rewatch anytime, especially the old ones that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
So maybe that's not rewatchable.
Except for the old ones. Yeah.
Parks and Rec is on my list. Daniel Savuya for sure. Seinfeld too. Letterkenny is a very underrated show, especially here in the United States because it's a Canadian show. The Office 100%. I mean, that does it. Refism.
I could do Parks and Rec for sure. I could do Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec 100%. Refism saying 24. Justified. Longmire, underrated show. I like Longmire. Martin, great. Spin City, underrated show. Friends, obviously very rewatchable. Community and New Girl, underrated comedy all time. I'm putting that up in the pantheon. I put it top 30 all time. New Girl is funny all the time, dude.
That's Zoe Deschanel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that one.
Halt and Catch Fire. You know what, David? If we didn't have a family and kids, I would say you and I do an entire Halt and Catch Fire watch along. Just do it live. Put on a camera, and you and I just watch Halt and Catch Fire from the beginning with people.
I do that. My dad was into that show, Josh.
God, it's so good.
Yeah, he's into that one. Yeah.
All right. How about I put a Key and Peele.
Okay.
Sopranos. You may not think it's rewatchable, but the first couple seasons of Sopranos is very rewatchable.
For me, 1 through 3 is my favorite. Seasons 1 through 3. I could rewatch those. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Anytime.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia is very rewatchable, even to back to the beginning. Oh wow, Sam Renzi thrown in Californication.
Ooh, okay. That was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
I
haven't thought about it in a while.
It went past its time. It should have ended like a season 2, maybe before it did. I mean, ride the thing. Jerry Miller. I know, David, you're a big South Park guy. I am not, but I understand it's definitely rewatchable.
I could do South Park.
Kate Van D. James Petty said, I lost count the number of times I watched Cobra Kai season 1.
Fan right there.
Good. Oh, you know what's a great show, David? I don't know if you would like the show or not, but Nathan For You is a great show. J. Scott for Real saying that in there. That is a
Never heard of it. Show. What's it on?
It was on Comedy Central.
So that would be Paramount?
It's unscripted. It's awkward, very, very awkward comedy. It's
on Max. It's on.
Is it on Max?
Yeah, that's right. Comedy Central's Warner Brothers. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Check it out. I think watch the first couple episodes. You'll get the point of it. Each episode is different. It's like, he's this comedian, Nathan Fielder, and he's the most awkward human being on the planet. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for being on the show, for all your chats and your super chats and your Streamlabs, and for David Griffin being the best dude around and listening to me yell about Star Wars. I'm sorry that I yelled so much.
And now, Josh, what you can do is you can leave this wonderful chat that we've had, all these people, great comments. Thanks for commenting. You can go and sit down in front of your TV, have Rosie with you, and you can watch an episode of Ahsoka together. I'm sure that there's no better way you'd like to end your night, Josh.
Absolutely. Me and Ahsoka. She is obsessed with the movie Sing 2. It's not even Sing 1. It's called Sing 2. And we heard a song and she calls it Pig because there's the lead is a pig and she loves it. She's like, Dada pig, right? And so we heard a song from in the car, and she was like, "Dad, a pig." I'm like, "Oh, okay, she's picking up on it, picking up on it." Thanks everybody in chat. We appreciate all of you. We're here every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, whatever time zone you're in. Catch us. We appreciate all of you. Choose positivity. It's an active choice. Call somebody, text somebody, tell them you love them. It matters. It's way easier to love than hate. Find the good. We'll see you next time. Until then, put down the book, pick up the remote. David, I'm going to end this stream. Just keep talking to people. Tell them how much you know.